Hi, my name is Rasan Ashford Jr. For my capstone, I'm exploring how to make clothing durability and care requirements visible to everyday buyers right at the point of purchase. The problem is that current garment tags usually only tells the fiber content, like 100% cotton, but not how long the clothing will actually last or how to properly care for it. This lack of clarity leads to waste, confusion, and frustration for consumers. My guiding question is, how might we make clothing durability and care requirements visible at the point of purchase so that everyday buyers can both understand how long items will last and how to care for them to reduce waste? To prototype this idea, I'm developing a tag system similar to a nutrition facts label on food. Instead of calories and protein, it'll show qualities like wrinkle resistance, color fastness, stretch recovery, and care requirements, plus an overall durability grade. My first step in this process is to test how different materials behave in everyday situations. By studying fabrics directly, I can begin to imagine how these results might be translated into a clear, standardized tag system for consumers. For the wrinkle test, I crinkled 4 different fabrics. The cotton poly blend wrinkled the most, followed by the polyester satin. The linen cotton had only slight wrinkles, and the rayon spandex barely showed any at all. Next is the stretch test. The 100% cotton stayed stretched out, looking a bit worn, but the poly spandex and the polyester mesh both bounced right back with no visible change whatsoever. For abrasion and pilling, the polyester satin only showed light wrinkling with no real damage. The wool poly blend pilled noticeably, leaving small fibers behind. And on the denim, the fabric stayed intact, but the rubbed area looked slightly darker than the non-rubbed area. For the water absorption test, I dropped water on polyester mesh, polyester satin, cotton, and rayon spandex. On the mesh, the droplets sat on the surface and rolled off. The satin absorbed quickly, the cotton stayed visibly damp with some water on top, and the rayon soaked it all in, leaving a dark, wet spot. Next is color fastness. I applied water to 100% cotton jeans or denim and rayon spandex, then pressed paper towels onto both. The rayon held more water while the denim transferred less, but neither fabric released any dye during the test. For my detailed sketch, I used a nutrition label format because consumers already know how to read one. At the top is an overall durability score out of 100. Below that, I included the 5 metrics I tested in this prototype: wrinkle resistance, stretch recovery, abrasion resistance, absorbency, and color fastness, each rated on a 5-point scale. There's also a section for easily understandable care requirements. Instead of the confusing icons and fine print found on most clothing tags, this section translates care into plain language: how to wash, how to dry, and whether ironing is needed. Finally, the tag gives an estimated lifespan so buyers can see how many washes or years a garment might last. This version is just a baseline. Once I finish my garment prototype and run additional tests, the tag can be expanded to include more metrics like shrinkage, pilling over time, or fiber sustainability. For now, this sketch just shows the core of the system, a standardized, familiar format that communicates durability and care in a way anyone can understand. But a tag system doesn't exist on its own. It's meant to be attached to an actual garment. So after designing the tag, I also sketched a shirt to show what kind of material I would pair with this system. The fabric choice matters just as much as the label, because if the material itself isn't high quality, the tag wouldn't carry much weight. That's why I used the results of my test to think about what kind of garment material would actually score high on this durability scale. Based on my fabric tests, it's clear that most of the lightweight swatches didn't hold up well at all. Cotton and rayon wrinkled and absorbed water quickly. Wool poly peeled with abrasion. Polyester satin snagged a little bit. And the 100% cotton denim, while it's durable and did not bleed for me, they typically do bleed. The one standout was the polyester spandex blend, which showed a great stretch recovery. But for a high quality garment, I need something that could score consistently high across multiple categories. That's why for my prototype garment, I'm planning to use a heavyweight cotton fleece or a thick jersey, materials known for durability, shape retention, and long-term wear. They theoretically would achieve a much higher grade on my tag system, while also being a realistic fabric choice for a sweatshirt. Through these tests, I showed that not only the popular fabrics I tested, but all fabrics will behave very differently under everyday conditions. Some wrinkle instantly, some peel, some lose dye, and a few resist wear better. By comparing these results, I realized that the fabrics I tested aren't high enough quality for a true durability prototype, but they did teach me what to look for. That's why for my garment, I'm going to choose a heavyweight cotton fleece or a thick jersey. Yeah, it's going to be more expensive than the thin fabrics that I tested, but it represents the kind of material that would score high on my durability tag system. And honesty is everything with the tag system. Together, the garment and the nutrition label tag demonstrate what quality clothing could look like, both in how it's made and how it's communicated to the buyer. My next step is to refine the scoring system, finalize the garment design, and test how clearly this tag design communicates to shoppers. Thank you.